How's it going? In this video, I'm talking specifically to the younger audience, the 18, 19, 20. If you're 21, even, in college, just out of college, I get a lot of people that reach out to me looking to start insurance agencies, brokerages, or just insurance careers. Young guys or girls just getting going that are ambitious, that want to be in a career path, in a business that can take them to the next level, and actually have the opportunity to win. And insurance is one of those businesses, which is great, just like real estate, the mortgage world, or realistically, any other sales job that gives you those opportunities to make great things happen. So this video is for you. These are things I really, really wish I heard at the very minimum, or listened to and actually acted upon at that age. So I'm going to dive into it, and hopefully you get some value from this if you are, in the younger crowd, 18, 19, 20, 21. Listen up. This is for you. The first thing I really wish, and I heard this all the time, especially when I was just starting my agency. I started in insurance when I was 18 years old. I worked for a farmer's agent. He took a chance on me. I was kind of more of a reserved, wasn't very extroverted. I had a lot of friends. I was social and stuff, but I wasn't when it came to talking to new people, I wasn't super out there talking to people. So somebody took a chance on me, gave me a shot in insurance, ended up liking it. I realized, I am a pretty social person. I like interacting and helping people. Overall, is just a good fit for me. And this is one thing I always heard early on, even when I started my own agency at 21, right out of college. 21, 22, it was right around when I turned 22. But this is something I really wish I paid more attention to. I heard it, but I didn't actually act upon it in the right way. And that is to think bigger. I was thinking way too small. The numbers that I was thinking in my head were too small. $100,000 seemed like an insane amount of money to have. $1 million was completely out of sight. It was not realistic. 10 million was just unbelievable. Right now our agency is past $2 million in premium. We're in the next 5 years, I'm projecting we're going to hit 8 figures. We're going to go to $10 million in premium. These are numbers that now are more realistic to me, and I see myself hitting now 100 million. I'm that's a crazy number. 500 million is that's insane, and $1 billion is okay, you're balling. You know what I mean? So $100,000 now to me, I'm just that is baby money. And it's all just a mindset and perspective. And I really wish I acted upon thinking bigger in the numbers game, and just thinking bigger when it came to which clients I could actually even go get. So if you're going into insurance, and obviously you want to get your feet wet, you want to start somewhere, and you're going to mess up these deals, the sooner you start messing up or making failures and learning, and really all it is, there's no such thing as failing. There's just either you fail or you learn. Those are the two things that happen. You're failing, but you're also learning. That's really what it comes down to. So I embraced those failures early on, but I did a lot of failures that were small. I was going after these little accounts, little policies. I was just going for the things that were the low-hanging fruits that I felt were safe and comfortable for myself, and I didn't push myself super far out of the comfort zone that early on. I figured it out at some point within the last 4 years, but I wish that day one I had started doing that. So don't think that those big accounts, go and mess them up, because there's an abundance of those large accounts. They're out there. So I get new ones every single day. They're just coming in, and they're big accounts. So don't be afraid to go after the big ones, and because there's more of them out there. Just know that there's an abundance out there, and just mess them up. And the more, and this kind of leads into my next point that I really wish I learned early on, was just, or actually acted upon. I knew that this was important, but I just started reading books when I was 18. If you're in that age group of 18 to 21, you need to be gobbling up books. And just, books are a little compact, plan and strategy and basically experience of the author, all compact into 200 or 300 pages. It doesn't matter how many pages the book is, but it's all their best stuff being piled into one little thing. And the more you can consume of that, the more knowledge you expand. And pro athletes, they don't go into games ready to fail and make mistakes and learn from their mistakes. Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron, like all these the best players and the goats, Cristiano Ronaldo, um, Tom Brady, all these guys are the best of the best. They don't wait till the game to make the mistakes and learn from their mistakes. They practice, they're training, they're learning. Like they're learning the mistakes, they're gobbling up that information before they go into the game because the greats don't wait till the game to make the mistakes. They learn and they mess them up in practice. So reading books, gobbling up information, and stacking up skills. Another thing I found, this is my next point here, which is skill stacking, which means that you can, what I realized early on was when I first started in insurance, all I was good for was answering the phone. I was just there. I barely could help somebody on the phone with their policy, couldn't answer any questions. The basic thing I could do was take their payment, process their payment. That's what I knew how to do. And at the time, I think the minimum wage was like $12. I was making like $11, $12, something like that. At 18 years old, I was pretty happy. I was like, this is a cool job. But then I started getting good at actually reviewing customers' policies and being able to cross-sell them and offer them another product. And so basically then I acquired the skill of, so first my only skill was customer service and answering phones and taking payments and paying bills. So I was worth $12 an hour. Then I was able to actually do reviews and help people with their coverages. Now I'm a little bit deeper and I can actually even offer a product. I was doing some sales, like some very basic level sales. I got a little raise. Now I was at like $14 an hour. Then over time, I got my insurance license. Now I was a legal advisor where I could actually legally transact and earn commissions. Now my income pretty much doubled. I was like, okay, now I'm really making some money because I'm making commissions. I'm able to sell legally. I'm worth more to this industry. Then I learned how to market. Okay, now my skills not only are customer service, they're not only able to review customers in more detail, not only just sell and make commission, but now I can actually learn how to do marketing. Now my skills have been stacked. So on top, and what happens is it's an exponential growth of your income as your skills start to stack, and especially in something if you double down. That's why I'm a big believer in doubling down on one thing and being really good at one thing instead of just trying a bunch of different things and being like, okay, like I'm good at real estate, I'm good at insurance, I'm good at mortgages, I'm good at web design, I'm good at graphic design, I'm good at a million different things. If you're a master of one thing, I believe that you're going to have more success, deeper success, and a specialty, which some people say the riches are in the niches. So the better you are at one thing, I believe you're going to have, it's going to correlate to your income. So, and I believe that thing is like a hockey stick. You start off very slow, you start to stack 1, 2, 3, and then they really start to, it's exponential because when you can do the marketing and the sales and the service and, answer the phones and take billing, payment questions, now your level of value that you're bringing is exponential because you're able to generate leads and it's exponential. So skill stacking is another one. I think they all kind of tie together. Thinking bigger, reading and gobbling up books and knowledge so that you can skill stack faster, and then skill stacking. On top of that, I think there's a couple other things, the activity levels, like how much are you really putting in on a day-to-day basis? What does your routine look like? Like, I really wish, and this is another thing I knew was important, I knew your habits and your routine were an essential part to your success and your activity, and I knew I had to be doing more. I just didn't know how. And now I look back and realize that your routine on a day-to-day basis is everything. How do you wake up in the morning? What is the first thing you think of? What is the first thing you do? Do you go grab your phone and immediately jump on Instagram? If that's you, if you're immediately jumping on Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram and just looking and consuming all people's stories and posts, there's a good chance that your mind is being primed in the first thing in the morning to just be in this consumer mindset instead of a creating mindset. So little things like creating the right habits in the morning, starting your morning off with, a meditation, a walk, a run. Don't touch your phone for the first 30 minutes. You get to choose how you set up your day, and doing the right things. It just also reinforces the right energy and mindset for the day. So doing those things. On top of that, then your habits lead to your actions, and then your environment also. So who are you around? Like, I always knew that it was super important to surround myself with other winners. And so one thing I started to do, and I wish I did even earlier on when I was 18, because throughout college I was hanging out with not necessarily the right crowd all the time. I was, partying. I was, hanging out with kids that were going nowhere. And little by little I realized that. But if you're listening to this right now, please, hear me. Your network is your net worth. If you have any ambition to one day be successful and have financial riches, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you need to audit your circle. Look around at the people you're around and ask yourself, are every single one of these people where I want to be one day? If they're below the level of success that you really want to be at, and you see them not really advancing or pushing you out of your comfort zone, there's a good chance that that friend or that person in your circle can be replaced and should be replaced by somebody who's going to push you and get you to the next level. So your network is your net worth. The 5 closest people to you, you're the average of them. So make sure that your 5 people are solid. Another thing is just learn to sell. If you can learn the skill of actually selling and also closing, there's a big difference between selling and closing. If you can learn how to sell, I truly believe you will be okay in no matter what industry, no matter what area of work you decide to go into in your life. Selling is essential, not only just for your career and your financial well-being, but also for your friendships, your family, your kids one day. Being able to, hey kids, eat your broccoli. There's a certain way to tell your kids how to eat the broccoli. Maybe you present it in a different way, and learning to actually influence others with the right intentions as well behind it. There's a fine line between influence for things that are positive, that are benefiting others, versus manipulating people to do the wrong things. So in learning to sell, it's super important. I believe that if you can figure that out and learn the right skill of selling in the right way, you can really take any career you want to the next level. And ultimately, everything in life is sales. Every business, every service, every product that exists in the world requires some form of transfer of certainty and sell to another person. So that's a huge one. Learn to sell. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. Insurance, you're going to definitely need it. And last but not least, take more shots. 10x your activity. Just double down on the actual amount of stuff that you're doing. If you just analyzed how much time and energy you waste thinking about stuff that you can't do, or things that you're worried about or anxious about, instead of actually just activity and just doing more, you'll realize it takes the same amount of energy for the CEO who's making $100 million. His energy and his mind power that it does for anybody else that's doing nothing, sitting there watching TV and hanging out at their house eating a sandwich. The energy is the same. You just need to apply it to the right places. So you have that opportunity. Just take more shots, and that's my mindset. I feel like if you can 10x your stuff and apply these different things that I've just mentioned here, especially at a young age, you are setting yourself up to win. There's a lot of other people that are 18 to 21 that are not doing these things, and I guarantee you will be a young, mid-20s, early 30s, successful business person, entrepreneur, team member, whatever it is that you are planning on doing. I guarantee you'll be successful if you dial all these things in for yourself. So I wish I heard those more clearly, I'm pointing out right now, and I wish I acted upon them, not only just heard them. So hopefully that helps you. If they do, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and you can check out chriscostantini.com if you do want to talk to me directly, I'm happy to do so and try to help you along your path. So that's all I got. Peace.